Welcome back. We appreciate you spending some time. If you're just joining us, we are deep into a conversation about a program at BGSU, part of the business school there. It's a program called The Hatch. It kind of takes a page out of the Shark Tank show, which you see here on ABC. Students spending, 9 students, investors if you will, spending 10 weeks under a program to bring their businesses to reality. They've got a whole stage of investors, which they have to bring that proposal up to those folks. You've got 1 year under your belt, Kirk, and as you go into this second year, how do you guys make it better? What worked well? What could work even better going into the fall?
Well, part of what we did was started with an empty page and started building the program. We really didn't know what we were doing, to be honest. I mean, we had a pretty good idea. Part of the 9-week program is that with the mentors, we have alumni mentors who work with the students. These students are asked to have at least 1 hour of communication weekly with the mentors. They also have to be in front of me for 1 hour a week, so I get to understand their businesses inside and out.
Now, is this a credit hour? Is this something?
Yeah, we do have a applied entrepreneurship credit, so they all get 1 hour of credit.
Okay.
But the interesting part at the end is that they get a business plan, really, and a presentation for a real company.
Real world experience, yeah.
So what we have learned over the past is that we need to have our mentors trained a little better. Mm-hmm. They were tremendous at what they have done. We also have, when we went through the presentation piece, we thought the investors would pick these companies up and incubate them. And we realized that the investors really want us, Bowling Green State University, Dallas Hamilton Center, to incubate these. That's why these 2 students are here today. We're actually incubating. Ray and I spend lots of time throughout our days incubating, hatching these companies out and making them successful.
For people, use of the word incubating, and what does that mean in real world terms for the folks out there at home?
It's the from A to Z of starting the business. We can put presentations together. We can have all kinds of cool things happen on stage. But reality is that we actually have to start a company. So that means getting permits, setting up corporate documents, right on through supply chains. Anything that these companies need to function, we have to help and help these students find.
Is there a synergy, I guess, between when you look at some of the other competitors that you guys were working with? I don't know if there was somebody on stage who's coming up with, I know one of the investors had background in creating apps, smart apps, that kind of thing, computer applications. I don't know if you guys have looked at the scenario where the other guys, girls on stage could potentially help your business.
Yeah, let me answer.
Yeah.
What we have found out, and what you're saying, what can we do better? Students have said we want more collaboration time with each other.
Okay.
What we didn't really believe or think about was that these students together are unique. They're doing something totally different than anybody else in the university, and they have a bond.
And like them with different degrees, they're all from different dynamics.
So what we will do in this next round is to actually schedule collaboration time for them to be together. They have a wonderful bond with their other presenters, which is a really wonderful byproduct of this program.
What has this meant to you as you look back on getting the notification that yes, we're going to invest in this, and the time, the effort you put into it? As I asked Scott, did you nail it? Did you feel like you nailed it on stage when you went up there?
I did. I'm not really great at public speaking, so hearing that there was going to be about 600 people in the audience, that was really intimidating.
Yeah.
But once I got on stage, this is something that I'm very passionate about. I came up with the idea and I've built it, with help, but it's mine. So it's not that I was doing research for my idea, but it's not somebody else's idea that I'm presenting. I know it all.
Unlike Scott, you're still a student.
I am.
And you've got other credit hours to worry about, obviously. So how tough was that? How tough is it for other students? What advice do you give? I know everybody knows out there who's ever gone to college knows that it's a big time management juggle.
It is. It's a lot of time management. I've done pretty well so far. I am taking classes right now, even over the summer, while I'm building my company as well.
But do you have a job?
I do have a part-time job as well.
Wow.
So there's a lot going on, but the cool thing is that since the business is mine, I can work on it at any time.
Yeah.
So I'm always carrying my work with me, and I'm okay with that because it's something that I love doing. So if I have some downtime, I pull out my binder and say, well, what can I work on right now?
Yeah. I guess what brought to mind this having furniture there, having microwaves there, having futons, so on and so forth? What brought that to mind?
I think it was probably moving day when
Yeah.
everybody's getting frustrated.
When I lived on campus and I was moving my own
But
furniture upstairs.
it's one of those things. It's like, why didn't I think of that? You know, it seems so easy, right?
I was having a conversation with one of my friends. I said, I really wish there was somebody who would have done this for us
Yeah.
and he looked at me, he said, why don't you do it for people? And I was like, okay. So that's what started this whole thing.
Yeah.
And that was about 2 years ago. And so it was something I planned on doing after I graduated, sometime down the line. But when I heard about the opportunity at the Dallas Hamilton Center, I put in my application. I thought, well, see what happens. And now I'm here. And it's about the most mind-blowing thing that's ever happened to me.
Is part of that application the idea itself?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, they present their business idea, and then we have a panel of faculty members, and Kirk and myself, and we went through the applications and picked the 10 that we would put through the mentorship program.
Yeah. As you're looking at it, what were some of the? I know we have 2 represented here, but were all of the winners, if you will, if that's what you're calling them, were they real world applications that could start tomorrow? Is that what's looked at?
That's one of the considerations is commercial feasibility, and we concluded that these were feasible businesses. We also looked at sustainability, growth prospects. We think both of these students have tremendous growth prospects.
Yeah. And as you guys look forward, is there one of those things where you come together and you say, we're going to kind of put, a frame around what we want to find this year, or there are no limitations whatsoever?
I think the more creative, the better. Again, it's open to all colleges on our campus, also Firelands. We're planning on in the future opening to our grad students as well.
Yeah.
And at some point in time, if we continue to see the growth, be able to open it to the community. Dallas Hamilton Center should be there as a conduit for entrepreneurship throughout the community. And under Ray's leadership in the last year, the culture of our college has changed. And I tip my hat. I tucked in behind him because I thought he had a great idea, and I said I want to be part of that. Putting these things together is not always an easy task, and we have really learned by fire and brimstone, and we will change things. We will motivate the new students, and we're going to have we do take what these students say to us and listen to them and change our program to make it better.
Are you finding it's easier or tougher in this climate, in this day and age, with social media, getting the word out via YouTube, to get more advertising? And I'm wondering if BG's program, The Hatch, has grabbed on, has spread wings around the country, and you guys are getting contacted on. How'd you do that? Is that the case, or can you even say?
Well, as with any new event, promotion is key. And that's one of the reasons Kirk and I chose to focus on BGSU students, because then the promotional activity was primarily contained to the campus.
Yeah.
We also promoted it through.
We're not going to share this. You want to do this, you come this way. That's kind of the sales pitch.
Right. But as Kirk mentioned, the plan is to grow the program and eventually open it up so that members from the community can participate as well.
Okay, so you don't have to necessarily be a student down the road.
That's our vision for the future. Yes.
Ray's out talking to alums all the time, and ask him what the alums, when he talks about this, what their reaction is, because it's incredible. I mean, really is incredible.
Alumni love it. They love the fact that we're giving students the opportunity to integrate their business education and experiences to create a new business.
Yeah.
They think it's fantastic that we're doing the program. And I like your story, Kirk, about what happened the day we were running the Hatch on campus. We did a live video stream of it on our website so that anyone could watch it, and tell your story about how the students reacted.
What was happening was I got back to my office after the event. You're like, I wanted to towel off. We had a big day. It was very successful. And
You were picked up
I was picked up.
and swung around, so we understand the talent.
I'm trying to get my back back in.
back.
So I picked it. I had a voicemail, and I thought it was my wife. So I picked it up, and it was one of my students who said to me, "I can't believe what is going on. I was walking across campus, and one of the sororities pulled me in. They're having watch parties tonight. They were watching this thing on, and they're grabbing people off campus and saying, "You got to see what's going on." And then what was happening was
It went viral.
They would send They would send a couple of representatives over to see if they could get in, and of course we had standing room only.
Yeah.
So there was so much energy in that room that night.
Where did you hold it last year?
At Olds Camp 101. So it was just dynamic. It was a 3-camera shoot. As a TV guy, you understand. I mean, it was
Yeah.
done so well.
Yeah.
And these students, when they walked on stage, it was just electric. So we were so proud of them, and just it was. As a foundational piece, it was tremendous. Now we have a lot of stair steps to go up and keep on going higher and higher for success.
Yeah, and as you guys look at spreading the word even more, I mean, maybe you're looking at a bigger venue.
You know what? We talked about that, but we really like what we have.
Yeah.
And so what we're really, if we want to get 600, we'll try to get 700, 800, and then really do
Then maybe
what we've done.
6,000 over at the
Maybe,
arena.
that's all right. We can do that.
Football stadium.
But 600 is a nice little group. What the observation of what was going on that night was from individuals who were sitting in the audience was that students were so engaged.
Yeah.
That's what we want. We wanted engagement and education. So they weren't sitting texting, which was cool. They were watching what was going on, and then when there was some type of lull in activity, they would text out what was happening, tweet out what was happening. So all the things that we wanted to have happen through the Hatch.
Yeah. And once again, everything gets off the ground going into this next semester. I mean, the excitement's already building, obviously. You guys are passionate about it. Even you having won already, I know there's passion behind what's going to happen these next following years. It starts in the fall. Students get into this class, and then the culmination is in the spring.
Right. So what will happen during the fall is we'll be recruiting student ideas. So Kirk will go around campus in the classrooms throughout the various colleges, show materials about the Hatch, and ask students to apply. And then we'll collect the applications, we'll select the participants in November, and then the students will start the mentorship program in January. And then our Hatch event will occur again in April.
And as you said, it goes 10 consecutive weeks, was that
Yes,
correct?
this year will be a 10-week program.
And then at the very end, you name your people and they get going with real live,
Right.
real world businesses.
Correct. What will happen is that through this process, we have mentors, alum mentors who work with the students, and then we have an event. The whole week is called E-Week, after Entrepreneur Week,
Yeah.
and we do all kinds of things for the student entrepreneur, but also to have students get a taste of entrepreneurship. And we bring people in for lunch, we have breakfasts, we have all kinds of things that expose them to entrepreneurs. And then the culmination is, one culmination is the Hatch, and then we finish on Friday with the SIBO event, and this year Damon John from Shark Tank will be the featured guest speaker, the keynote speaker, so which will be
Fantastic.
tremendous.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, out to you. I want to introduce you first to Scott Hodges and his Bueno Vita truck, taco truck, which is going to be making stops here in Northwest Ohio anytime soon. And of course, okay, you got it. Lunch on everybody. Kristen Jablinowski, thank you so much. Good stuff there, and congratulations and good luck with Cribs on campus. We'll be back for a final word right after this.
Tonight,